All right, folks, it's a beautiful day at the old ballpark, so put your mustard on that dog, grab that bag of peanuts, sip that cold one, and let's meet our Tiger of the Day.
Today's Tiger video is Matt Boone. He is represented by a 2000 Bowman draft picks and prospects, base card number 18, rookie card, with a on-card auto, slabbed by stats grading. When you hear the name Boone, you probably think Aaron or Brett, maybe even a whole baseball family tree. But did you know the Detroit Tigers drafted a Boone too, one most fans have never heard of? This is the Detroit story of Matt Boone, a third-round pick, a long climb through the Tigers system, and a trade that turned baseball into a family reunion. Today, we're diving into one of the more forgotten Tigers draft picks from the late 90s, Matt Boone. He never played in the majors, but his path tells you a lot about how hard pro baseball is, and how quickly a promising pick can turn into a "where did he go?" story. Back in 1997, the Tigers used a third-round pick, 85th overall, on Matt Boone, a right-handed hitting infielder out of Villa Park High School in California. A third-rounder isn't a throwaway pick, that's an investment. That's the kind of selection where the organization is thinking, develop this guy the right way, and maybe we've got a future big leaguer. But the first test is always the same. Can you handle pro ball right away? Boone's pro career started in the Tiger system with the Gulf Coast Tigers in rookie ball. In 1997, the numbers were modest, about a .204 average and a .552 OPS. That's not uncommon for a teenager seeing pro pitching for the first time. The bigger question is, what happens next? And in 1998, Boone answered with his best season in the Tigers organization. Across rookie ball and a short season stop, he hit .295 with 6 homers and an .816 OPS overall. That's the kind of year that makes a front office circle your name and say, okay, there's something here. Then comes the hardest transition, full-season baseball. In 1999, Boone played for West Michigan in A-ball. The power was still there, 9 homers, but the overall production leveled out. And from there, his career became a familiar minor league story. Good enough to stay in the system, not quite enough to force a promotion. From 2000 through 2002, Boone spent most of his time at High A Lakeland, the same rung of the ladder, year after year. That matters because Double-A is where organizations usually find out who's real, where pitching is sharper, scouting reports are tighter, and the margin for error disappears. Boone also got some outfield work as his career went on, which can be a sign a team is trying to add versatility to keep a bat in the lineup. But the biggest headline is simple. He never reached Double-A with Detroit. Then, we hit the twist. On July 23, 2002, the Tigers traded pitcher Brian Moehler, Matt Boone, and cash to the Cincinnati Reds. And here's where it gets fun. Cincinnati's manager at the time was Bob Boone, and the Reds also had Aaron Boone in the organization. So the move effectively created a moment where the Reds had Bob Boone running the club, Aaron Boone on the major league side, and Matt Boone in the system, a real-life baseball family pipeline. An ESPN prospect note from the time even framed Boone as a player who likely wouldn't have been included in the deal without that family connection, because he wasn't viewed as a major prospect. That doesn't mean he couldn't play, he clearly could. It means the industry didn't see future big leaguer anymore. So when you look back at Matt Boone's Tigers years, you see the full spectrum. High draft pick with real expectations, a strong 1998 that hinted at a breakout, a long stretch where he stayed around A and High A, never getting the Double-A jump, and finally, a trade that became as much about context and connections as it was about scouting reports. If you enjoyed this deep dive Tigers player story, drop a like, subscribe, and comment.